Hello everybody and welcome back to another video here today on RJ's Trains. Make sure to use code RJTrains at trains.com for $10 off any order $50 or more. Today we're going to be looking at a bunch of new trains that have come in recently, and between the York Train Show, pre-orders arriving, we certainly have a lot to look at today. So without any further ado, let's dive into today's video. So the first new product that we're going to be taking a look at is sitting right here next to me, and I was gifted this by a very generous viewer at the York Train Show, and it is one of the brand new Atlas Premier Line Penn Central GP40s. Now, you guys know, if you've been watching the channel for some time, that I love the Penn Central, and it's great.
Years in history, 50 years of great railroading, the Penn Central. Penn Central, baby. You can count on us. Penn Central. Yeah, there we go, yeah. Yeah, that's the way to go. Penn Central, baby.
And it's great to finally have a scale Penn Central diesel here in the collection. So in this train of 1970s era freight cars, be on the lookout for a couple of custom runs from Metka, a beautiful Hess tank car. On the outside, we're gonna see the reappearance of my legacy Amtrak F40, but this time it'll be pulling some Lionel 21-inch passenger cars painted up for the Delaware and Hudson. I have to give a special thank you to Berkshire Station, which is a brand new hobby store located down in North Carolina. And you can find them online. He was able to help me find some of the Lionel 21-inch D&H cars, so now I have a nice long train of them. So without any further ado, let's see these two things in action before we dive into the next products that I have to show off. we're back for the next set of new products here for the layout. And this is now one of my new favorite locomotives in the collection. It is an MTH Premier Proto Sounds 2 Long Island Railroad H3, which also came home with me from the York Train Show. Now, the Long Island Railroad didn't have many H3s, and they didn't use them for a long time. They were purchased secondhand from the Pennsylvania Railroad as they were phasing them out. And they were only used for pulling freight trains for a few years, and then they were relegated to switching duties. And within 10 years, they were on and off of the island and into scrap yards. But it's a fantastically detailed model by MTH. Now, you've seen the Camelback a ton of times, but recently at the Allentown First Frost Show, I picked up a 3-pack of Long Island Railroad wood-sided coaches, which brings my grand total up to 7. And for the first time since I picked it up, I will be running my Lionel wood-sided chapel car, which was cataloged a while ago, but it just recently was shipped to dealers and I picked mine up. And it's a really cool car. And now we're going to be running a humongous 8-car wood-sided passenger train on the inside loop. And one last item we'll be running in this segment is this brand new MTH Rail King trolley, which was a custom run done by Nassau Hobbies. And this is for the Babylon Railroad, which is a very obscure trolley line that didn't run for a very long time, but it did operate very close to where I live on Long Island, and it is a fantastic and beautiful model. So we'll get some close-up of this running around the layout amongst the Camelback and the H3 because it's in the same exact time period as this trolley would have ran. So And now for our grand finale, we have two big steam locomotives. Well, they're not big boys, but they're big for my collection because I tend to prefer smaller steam locomotives. And these two are both locomotives that I'm very excited to join the collection because it now means I have scale locomotives from all of the railroads that have served Washington, D.C.'s Union Station. So, really excited for that. Well, what are these locomotives? Both of them are MTH Premier. On the inside loop, we have an MTH Premier Baltimore and Ohio Pacific, number 5300, the President Washington. Now, you guys may know that I actually have the Rail King version of this steam locomotive. Well, I actually got offered it in a trade for another locomotive, and I couldn't say no. So now I have both the Scale and Rail King versions, both of which mean a lot to me. So I'm super excited to have a scale version of this locomotive that I've seen many, many times at the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Museum. On the outside loop, this has been on my wish list for years, and I'm super stoked to finally have one in my collection. And it is MTH Premier Proto Sounds 2, Richmond, Fredericksburg, and Potomac, Berkshire. Now you guys know that I've been on this big RF&P kick lately, and the Berkshires to date have been the only scale steam locomotive mass produced in the RF&P. MTH made a version around 2008, and Lionel made one back in 2017, and they seldom come up for sale. When they do, they command stupid high prices. So I love the intricate paintwork, especially on the RF&P Berkshire, and I'm very glad to have it in the collection. When we're running these trains, make sure to check out the tail end of the RF&P freight train because I custom painted a MTH caboose into the RF&P. It's not perfect by any means, and I'm sure all you pros out there are criticizing me down in the comments, but for my skill level, I think it's pretty good. There's still some touch-up I need to do to it, but I'm very happy with it. So without any further ado, let's see these two beasts fire up and run around the layout. guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and the subscribe button. It would mean a lot and it helps the channel grow. That's all. Take care, stay safe, and see you in the next video.